Hello and welcome to another Big Orbit Games unboxing video. I'm Chris and today we are looking at the X-Wing 2.0 Rebel Alliance conversion kit. So this is basically what all you veterans will be getting if you're flying Rebels and already have a fairly big collection. So yeah, let's just crack it open. I know from opening a couple of these yesterday that it is a massive chunk of cardboard. Let's see if we actually there's one chunk of cardboard and there's another chunk of cardboard, and let's just make sure I've got everything out. There's the component list. There is a lot in there, like a lot. Sort of thing like what's changing in second edition. You've got the conversion pegs, because as you can see, the K-Wing and the Ark are originally small ships. They are now medium. So these are the conversion pegs that bump it up to a medium ship and make it fit into the medium flight stand. If you didn't already know, that's how to assemble a maneuver dial. It's actually fairly useful because they go on slightly different to how they were before. And yeah, you've also got the U-Wing, which is medium as well now. But we knew that from Swords Renegades. So there's also a few tokens, new components. You got reinforced tokens, calculate, jam, tractor, the listening device condition, suppressive fire condition, cloak tokens, and the single turret arc indicator and the double turret arc indicator. And then you got bomblets, coronets, loose cargo, proton bombs, proximity mines, and seismic charges, just so you know what's what. So yeah, let's have a look at what else is in here. Let's pull all of that out, get rid of the bits of cardboard. So there are a lot of cards. And also some nice, not quite exclusive things, but these are quite cool because these are pilot cards and ship tokens for some of the new stuff. So you get 3 small ship tokens, 3 ship cards, and the cards are pretty good. So they're all for small ships, so you've got an X-Wing and 2 Y-Wing pilots. These do come in the respective sets, so the new small ships have these in, but if you've already got the X-Wings and the Y-Wings, it basically means you don't necessarily need to buy those kits unless you just want the nice cool new mini, for the X-Wing for instance, with the movable S-foils. So I will talk a little bit about these pilots because they're quite cool. Thane Carell is X-Wing pilot, pilot skill 5. While you perform an attack, you may spend a focus, a hit or a crit result to look at the defender's face down damage cards, choose one and expose it. Yeah, I think this is really good. Especially against like bigger ships that are like mostly hull rather than shields. You get to look at what's still in their deck technically as well, because you kind of know what's come out already, and you know, you just pick the situationally best result for you. So whether that be a direct hit to take that last point of like hull off to destroy them without them being able to roll dice against that, or you know, like blinded pilot for instance, if they're about to shoot back, just crazy things like that. So I think he's really good. We've got Nora Wexley, Gold 9. She's a Y-Wing pilot. Again, 5 pilot skill. While you defend, if there's an enemy ship at range 0 to 1, add an evade result to your dice results. That's pretty good. And also a couple of good skills there on the Y-Wing. actions, sorry. And then Ivan Verlaine, which is 3 pilot skill. At the start of the engagement phase, you may spend 1 focus token to choose a friendly ship at range 0 to 1. If you do, that ship rolls an additional defense dice while defending until the end of the round. Also pretty good. Good for a swarm list. And yeah, just all 3 are really solid pilot cards. So that's from the little bonus thing. So 4 medium ship upgrade stands. Sorry, words. So again, they've got the pegs on them that convert from small ship to medium ship. A ton, absolute ton of maneuver dial connectors, because you're gonna need them for all the maneuver dials that are in here. Let's look at the big chunky cardboard first. I will use a knife on this because otherwise I'll be scrambling around for hours trying to get these open. Well, even with a knife, I still might be doing that. Alright, so we've got all of our ship tokens. So you got the Falcon, you got the Ghost, etc, etc. All the medium ships now, so Ark and K, and obviously double-sided for all the other pilots, and you got loads and loads of small ships and a couple of extra mediums. Now you got all the new tokens as well, so disarm, jam, tractor tokens. It's kind of cool how they've color-coded everything, so all of the orange tokens leave at the end of the turn, anything red stays, and anything green, if you haven't spent it, also goes. Got new calculate tokens and a bunch of new maneuver dials. Luckily, I was a bit concerned because, as most of you probably know, we are a single site. And I was like, oh, the only way you can check which ship it is the little dot in the middle that has like a little kind of acronym of the ship, but turns out it's on the back as well, which is very useful. So they have thought about that. So all these maneuver dials, then you've got charge counters and force counters, which are a new element to the game, which add quite a lot from the looks of it. And yeah, lots and lots of maneuver dials. And we have the tops of the maneuver dials. I do like the design for the Rebels. It's quite nice. Fairly simple in the design, but effective. And each of the factions has a very distinct design on their dials now, which is very useful. And yeah, more maneuver dials and a couple of condition tokens, got the calculate token, and a few of the arcs as well. So yeah, lots and lots of cardboard. So let's have a look at some ship pilots. That's the word I'm looking for, pilots. Have a look at some pilots. Unfortunately, there is no easy open on any of these packs, so I will have to use a knife for each one. So a lot of the pilots have similar skills to what they had in 1.0. Some of them have been changed dramatically, others are just new pilots as well. And yeah, just generally, this is everything you need to just get your existing collection up to speed. So we've got Wedge. I'm not going to go into detail with any of the cards because honestly, there's way too many here. This would turn into like an hour-long video otherwise, so I'm not going to make you sit through that. So we've got Wedge, Garvin-Drays, which is very good. Biggs, Red Squadron Veteran, Blue Squadron Escort. So that's it for the X-Wings. You got a few generics and a couple of named. You got Dutch, Horton, Gold Squadron Vet, Grey Squadron Bomber, and that's it for the Y-Wings. Then you got some A-Wing pilots in Jake Farrell, Arvel, Green Squadron Pilot, and Phoenix Squadron Pilot. Braylon Stram for B-Wing, 10 numb, which I think this is really good. While you defend or perform an attack, you may spend 1 stress to change all of your focus results to evades or hits. And he has spend a focus to red barrel roll. So you're kind of going to get the stress tokens, and then you can spend your stress to change your results, and it's just, yeah, I think it's quite good. And at 4 hull and 4 shield with 3 attack dice base. Yeah, I'd say he's pretty good. Then you got Blade Squadron Vets, Blue Squadron Pilot, and then onto the Zeds. Just moving the knife so I don't keep knocking it with my elbow. You got Aaron Kraken, Lieutenant Blout, Tala Squadron Pilot, 3 of, and Bandit Squadron Pilot. So quite a few Z pilots, including generics. Then you got the Ozotuk, Lorik, Wolfwaro, and Kashyyyk Defender. And then you got the Attack Shuttle, so Hera, Sabine, Ezra, and Zeb. All of these can fly like a couple of different ships, so they each have the same ability. It's just the ship ability that changes, depending on which one they're piloting. So you got Fen, Ezra, Zeb, AP5 for the Sheathpeed. Then for the Hawk, you got Jan Ors, Kyle Katarn, Rourke Garnet, Rebel Scout, and then onto the TIE, the Rebel TIE, you've got Ezra, Sabine, Captain Rex, and Zeb. Then for the E-Wing, you've got Corran Horn, Gavin Darklighter, Rogue Squadron Escort, and Knave Squadron Escort. And then U-Wing, you've got Bodhi and Cassian. And then onto the next pack, we'll have a couple of other named pilots, and then onto the generic U-Wing pilots. I think the U-Wing could be quite good in 2.0. I mean, they've made it so the wings open and close, so it must be good, right? Although it did do that in 1.0 as well. So you got Hef Tobber, Blue Squadron Scout, and then onto the K-Wing, we've got Siege Tuketu, Miranda Doney, Wooden Squadron Pilot, and then the Ark, you got Nora, Garvin Drays, Shara Bay, I can never pronounce this one, Ibtisam, that'll do. And then you got the modified YT, you've got Han Solo, Lando Calrissian, Chewbacca, Outer Rim Smuggler. And then Ghost, you've got Hera, Kanan, Chopper, Lethal Rebel, and then the YT 2400, you got Dash and Lebo, and then the Wild Space Fringer. And that is the end of our pilot cards for Rebels. So you do get a lot in there, lots of choice, and the ability to fly pretty much anything from your collection with that. You got the Listening Device and Suppressive Fire condition cards as well, always useful to have. And then onto upgrade cards, which there are a ton of. I got Crackshot, which is as good as ever. This time requires a charge counter, but it regenerates charge counter at turn, or does it? No, it doesn't. Pretty sure you can get charge counts back on it though with certain cards. Daredevil, you got a Debris Gambit, Elusive, Expert Handling, Intimidation, Duke. As you can see, a lot of these are 2-ofs, but there are a few 1-ofs or 3-ofs in certain cases. Got Lone Wolf, Marksmanship, Outmaneuver, Predator, Saturation Salvo, Selfless, 3-ofs, Squad Leader, Swarm Tactics, Trick Shot, Advanced Sensors, Collision Detector, Fire Control System, and Heavy Laser Cannon, which takes us into the next pile, which starts with Heavy Laser Cannon. When I first went through the set, I was like, oh, there's supposed to be 2 Heavy Laser Cannons, but there's only 1. And it turned out it was just in the other pile. So we've got our second heavy laser, got ion cannon ×2, jamming beam ×2, tractor beam ×2. There is a second one behind there, honestly. It's a little bit stuck together. Dorsal turret, I believe that's ×2 as well, yeah. You got the ion cannon turret, also ×2, advanced protons ×2, ion torpedoes ×2, proton torpedoes ×2, cluster missiles. I'm going to put these down because it's pretty hard to hold the pile. Cluster missiles ×2, you got concussion missiles ×2, homing missiles, surprise surprise ×2, and ion missiles ×2, proton rockets ×2, and then we're on to crew. So you got Baze, 3PO, Cassian, Chewie, Chopper, Freelance Slicer, Gonk. I actually think Gonk's pretty good, because on setup you lose your charge counter, but as an action, so turn 1, if you're not doing anything else because you're out of range or whatever, you recover a charge counter, and then you spend a charge counter to recover a shield. So you can just keep like using your action to recover and then spend on the following turn. So you can kind of keep your shields up. It's not really spectacular, but you know, it makes your ships more durable. You got Hera, Informant, Jin, Kanan, Lando, Leia, Nien Num, Novice Technician ×2, Perceptive Co-Pilot ×2, which is actually pretty good. After you perform a focus action, gain a focus token, so like free focus, nice. R2-D2, Sabine, Seasoned Navigator, Tactical Officer. I actually think this is quite an interesting one. It requires a red coordinate action on your bar, but it changes the red coordinate into a white coordinate, so you don't take a stress for coordinating. So if you're playing a list that relies heavily on giving your other ships abilities from the ship that is coordinating, this is a great upgrade. Zeb, Biston, Ezra, Han, Hotshot Gunner again, Luke, and a Skilled Bombardier. And then last set of cards. And I did just manage to stab myself with a knife there. Oh well. Let's just hope I don't bleed over the cards. Veteran Tail Gunner. Veteran Turret Gunner. Chopper. R2 Astromech. R2 Astromech. Then it should be an R3 Astromech. Yep. 2 of in there. R4 Astromech. Also ×2. And an R5 Astromech. Also ×2. Then Cloaking Device, which is quite interesting now. So as an action, you spend a charge counter to perform a cloak action. At the start of the planning phase, roll an attack dice. On a focus result, decloak or discard your cloak token. So yeah, quite an interesting little change to how it used to work. You know, Contraband Cybernetics, Dead Man's Switch, Feedback Array, Inertial Dampeners, Rigged Cargo Chute, Bomblet Generator, Colonets ×2, Proton Bombs ×2, Proximity Mines ×2, Seismic Charges ×2, then we've got Ablative Plating ×2, Advanced Slam, Electronic Baffle, Engine Upgrade, Hull Upgrade, Munitions Failsafe, Shield Upgrade, Static Discharge Vane, Stealth Device, Tactical Scrambler, the Ghost title, Millennium Falcon title, Moldy Crow title. I actually think Moldy Crow is really good. Gainer primary weapon with value of 3, and during the end phase don't remove up to 2 focus tokens. It's just really good. Outrider, Phantom, and then the pivot wing open and pivot wing closed. So if it's closed, you roll one fewer defense dice, but after you execute a full stop maneuver, you can rotate 90 or 180. And then before you activate, you can flip it and just fly normally. And the same with X-Wings, where you can flip it because S4s are open, and then S4s are closed, and while you perform primary attack, roll one fewer attack dice, and before you activate, you can flip it back, but you do gain a boost action on your bar, and also a focus to red boost, so you can spend your focus token to then perform a boost that stresses you. So yeah, quite cool. So this is a massive chunk of upgrade cards. So that's probably what, 130, something like that, 120, 130 upgrade cards on top of the kind of 80-ish, I would say 70, 60, 70 maybe pilot cards. So that is a lot of cardboard, along with all of the upgraded dials and everything like that. So you are getting insane value. Like, even if you only have like a small or medium collection, it's probably, it's a great start. If you have a massive collection, then you're either gonna have to buy multiples or use our website to get the singles, which brings me to the end of the video. So remember, you can buy and sell any of the components you've seen in this set on our website, bigorbitcards.co.uk. So if you only need that one or two particular new upgrade card, or for instance you want to fly a list that has multiple generic pilots, it is going to be your best way of getting them. So bigorbitcards.co.uk, and yeah, stay tuned for more X-Wing 2.0 unboxing videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.